Hey everyone, welcome back to Richie and Vanessa Travel. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Richie.
And today we are going to go over our trip. Hey everyone, welcome back to Richie and Vanessa Travel. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Richie.
And today we're going to go over our Hawaii trip cost. So as you guys know, well, maybe you guys don't know because we've only had 2 trips because of COVID. But one of the things that we always want to do with our channel is whenever we take a trip, we want to do a cost breakdown for you guys so you can kind of get an idea of how much it costs to go to a place for how long. And then you can kind of start planning how much you want to save, or maybe you already have enough to go to that place. So that's what we're going to do today.
Try to be transparent about stuff.
Exactly. That's
You know what
big.
you're getting into when you want to go to Hawaii.
Exactly. And it wasn't too bad.
We were lucky enough that we traveled during kind of like a limbo kind of time when COVID was still really kind of like a thing, rampant. Yeah. It's kind of calmed down now here in California and other places as well. So it was kind of like a little bit cheaper than it would have be like during like a high peak travel type of season.
Yeah, so we did definitely get lucky with the prices. So do take that into consideration when you are listening to this, because from what we've heard, it's a lot more crowded now. And things are getting a lot more expensive.
Or they were saying on Maui that the residents are starting to complain about how many tourists are in the area.
Yeah, and we can definitely understand it from both sides. I can see how the local people that live on the Hawaiian Islands can be frustrated by the people coming, but I can also see how like people have been cooped up for so long, like they just want to get out and go see the world, and Hawaii's so beautiful, you know. It's like, if we can go, let's go. Finally,
Hawaii just announced that if you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to take a test before going. You just have to prove your vaccination status.
Yeah, so for everyone watching, whether you're a local or you're planning on visiting, just be respectful of each other.
Pick up your trash.
Be kind to each other. We're all dealing with this together.
The amount of trash people leave places is it's sad.
It's sad. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So today we are going to go ahead and do the cost breakdown for you guys for what it costs for 2 people to go to the island of Oahu for 5 days. All right, so the first expense that we're going to go over is the cost to actually get to Oahu. And this was actually what made us kind of pull the trigger on it, was we got a great deal on it on the tickets. Yeah. So normally from LAX to Oahu, round trip tickets are anywhere between like $500 and $800, just depending on when you go. And we actually got a great deal. Round trip tickets were $237 per person.
And I've never seen them that low, because I've looked in the past to try to go to Hawaii and the tickets were always crazy expensive. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. It's not worth it. I'd rather go out of the country than, stay within the United States for that price.
Yeah, so definitely got a deal on the tickets. On this trip, Richie's brother joined us, and he's the one that usually takes us to the airport and picks us up when we come back. So since he was coming with us, we did actually have to park at the airport because we didn't have anybody else to take us. I mean, we could have asked my mom, but we didn't want to bug her because it was too early. So that actually ended up costing us $75 to be at a parking structure near LAX for 5 days. It was $75.
And if you do plan on parking at a parking structure at LAX, just know that they're very packed and the cars are very closely
parked together. Yes.
So if you have a nice expensive car, I probably would not bring my car there.
Either get a friend or a family member to give you a ride, or just Uber. I mean, it'll be more expensive probably to Uber, but yeah, you definitely don't want to leave a nice car in the parking structures because they are very tight.
Yeah.
The next thing is when we got there, where were we staying? So we stayed at an Airbnb, and we actually did a room tour for you guys on the first episode of the Hawaii series. So if this is the first episode you're watching, you can go back after this and see everything that we're talking about. But our Airbnb was $695 for 5 days. And that might sound a little bit high, but the truth is, it's about what it would have cost us to stay at a hotel, except hotels charge you anywhere from like $40 to $45 per night to park your rental car there. So staying at the Airbnb actually saved us about $200 on parking. So
at the time of recording right now, I checked the price of the Airbnb we stayed at, and it's $125 a night right now. When we booked, it was
$86.
$86
a night. So yeah, things are definitely starting to go up again. So do keep that in mind. The next thing was getting around the island. So you have different options. You can Uber, you can use public transport. Since there was 4 of us, we decided to rent a car because that way we can come and go as we please, and we had the free parking at the Airbnb. Now, one thing you do want to know, this was already happening when we went to Hawaii and it's still happening now, is when COVID hit, a lot of the rental car companies either sold or shipped out the rental cars that they had because nobody was traveling. So now that everyone's starting to travel again, there's actually a huge shortage of rental cars. So for our rental car, for 5 days, it was $582, and that got us a midsize SUV.
And funny story is that we actually heard people were renting U-Hauls to get around the island because they couldn't find rent-a-cars.
Yeah, so they were literally renting U-Haul trucks
to drive around the island.
drive around, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But we did, if you guys have been watching us for a while, and you know I am a planner, I need to plan things ahead of time. So we did book the rental car like 3 months ahead of time. So plan ahead, people. All right, the next thing is for the car, it was really good on gas. We were driving around the whole time, and we only ended up putting in about $20 of gas for the car. And that was only because we were down to the bare bottoms and we wouldn't have made it back to the airport if we didn't put gas in the car. But tip, if you are a AAA member and you book through them for your rental and you do it through Hertz, they actually give you a really good price on gas compared to what it normally is. So you actually don't even have to worry about filling it back up. They'll do it for you at the discounted AAA price. So that's a little bonus if you guys have AAA. Another thing was before getting to the island, because this was still, during COVID times, we are currently still in COVID times, but we had to actually get the test because we were not vaccinated yet. And even if we had been at the time, you still had to be tested to be able to get into the island. And that was $139 each. So that's an expense that if you are now vaccinated, you don't have to worry about. Yeah. You can put that towards the rental car. We did ours through CVS. Richie got back his results within 24 hours. Mine took a little longer. Mine took like a day and a half, but I did get them in time. The next thing is, what did we do while we were there? Well, like I said, if this is your first video, go back and watch our Hawaii series so you can see everything that we're talking about. But the trip that we did to Kaneohe Sandbar, that was a little pricey. That was $161 per person. So for the 2 of us, it was $322 total. I thoroughly enjoyed that excursion. I was awesome. Really wanted to see the Kaneohe Sandbar, and to me personally, it was worth it. The staff was great, and they give you food while you're on the boat. And the food was really good, and anything they had extra, they kept feeding us. So I thought that was very nice of them instead of letting the food go to waste. So definitely for me, it was worth it, but maybe if you're on a little bit of a tighter budget, I would go ahead and skip that one just because it is a little more expensive. Yeah. The other thing that we did was the One Ocean free dive with sharks. That was an amazing experience.
Unbelievable.
In my personal opinion, it is very well priced, and I would 1000% recommend it.
I would do it again as well.
Me too. It's $150 per person. So for the 2 of us, it was $300, And if you have somebody who maybe isn't comfortable getting in the water or doesn't know how to swim or whatever the case may be, they can do what they call a ride along, where they won't get in the water, but they can still come on the boat with you, and it's $80 for them to just be able to join you on the boat. They'll be able to listen to Juan or Ocean Ramsey talk about everything that they know about sharks, which was one of my favorite parts, was learning so much about sharks and how they're really misunderstood creatures. Yeah. They're not the monsters that we think that they are. But that was an incredible experience. 1000% recommend it.
It's crazy. You just see, like, it's hard to capture it on camera, but like when you're looking down towards the ocean floor, you just see tons of sharks just like circling down at the bottom. And then they allow you to like go off of the boat and swim out to the guide and then come back, you know, do a free dive and then come back to the boat to hang on to it again.
It's unbelievable. Once in a lifetime kind of thing. I absolutely recommend it.
There were a few people on the boat that did not want to get in the water. Yeah, and they paid full price.
Yeah.
And they seen the sharks and like, nope, I'm not getting in the water.
But we did.
Yeah, I'm going in that water.
And quite honestly, if it hadn't been such a choppy day out on the ocean, I would have gotten a lot closer to the sharks.
Yeah, but it was really choppy.
Yeah, I personally did not feel comfortable swimming out on my own because the waves were pretty big. It was really choppy, but when we go back to Oahu, we are definitely doing this again. Hopefully the ocean will be calmer and I will be right next to those puppies. It was amazing.
Also, if you are any kind of seasick or motion sickness, take Dramamine.
Dramamine.
Because it messed me up.
Yeah, he was sick twice.
It was really, really choppy.
Yeah, definitely bring some Dramamine. And then the last excursion that we did, which was also a ton of fun, it was actually even more fun than I thought it was going to be, was the Kualoa Ranch ATV Raptor Tour. So that one was $130 per person for a total of $260 for the two of us. It was super fun. We got to drive all up and down the entire property. We got to see different film locations for movies, TV shows. Our guide was great. He was super funny. He was great at taking photos and videos of people. And the property is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. You have these beautiful, huge mountains on one side and then
green.
The ocean on the other. Yeah. It's stunning. And again, would highly recommend if you go, definitely do it. If $130 is maybe over your budget, they do offer a 1-hour ATV Raptor tour, which is a little bit less. And if that is still over your budget, they do have like the traditional little, bus tours where there's like, 20 or 30 people on the bus. And I think those are only like $30 per person. So you can still see the property and still enjoy it. We just wanted something a little more adventurous, a little more fun. So yeah, highly recommend it.
And according to Wikipedia, there's been over 79 movies and TV shows filmed on that, like in that location.
Yeah. And to name a few, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, Godzilla, 50 First Dates, Lost,
Magnum P.I., old TV show.
Yeah, so the list goes on and on. And next is, what did we eat? Well, we ate food.
Not all good, but mostly good.
We had some very bad experiences. Yeah. And I can't remember the name of the darn place. If I did, I would tell you guys, but I cannot remember what it was called. But it was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. But overall, 5 days, food for 2 people, we spent $325, which was actually less than I thought we would have spent on food. But we did, part of that was we did go to a local grocery store and bought breakfast items, coffee, and snacks.
And if you're worried about a store being closed, don't worry, because there's an ABC store every block.
On every corner. So sometimes even more than every corner. Yeah.
What was your favorite food item that we ate there?
100% the steak and shrimp plate at Ono's Steak and Shrimp Shack. If you guys ever go there, you must visit Ono's. Yes. It is so delicious.
It was so good.
It was such good food. I regret not going back twice.
For me, a close first was burgers and sushi.
Yeah. Burgers and sushi was
The
so good.
first thing we ate there, and it's so odd, burgers and sushi being cooked like in the same
He was
spot.
very hesitant about it.
But that burger
was really good.
If you go to Waikiki, go there and get that burger.
Yes, and the tater tots. The tater tots were really good. So I think anything you'll get there will be good. It's again, go back and watch the videos, but it's a total hole in the wall. It's a little mom and pop shop, and they literally have like 1,000 things on the menu, and everything we ate there was good. So we highly recommend it. Moving on from food, we had to do laundry because with all the adventures that we were having, our clothes got filthy. And luckily, our Airbnb actually had laundry in-house. We did have to pay for it. It was a total of $12 for 3 full loads.
Very inexpensive.
Yeah, so that's something that you may or may not deal with, but...
Good thing the Raptor tour was the last tour we did because our clothes were completely covered in dirt.
Yes, they were.
We were covered in dirt from head to toe.
Yes, we were. And the very last thing was souvenirs. As we've said before,
It varies for people.
Those are optional, but for us, we each spent about $90. So that's a total of $180. And there were souvenirs for ourselves in there, like not just for other people.
We got a lot of with the little pineapple candies.
Pineapple candies.
We had to go to Walmart and I bought them out.
Yeah, we literally bought them out. But that brings us to what was the grand total for 2 people, 5 days on the island of Oahu. And we did stay in the Waikiki area, more specifically the Ala Moana area. So our total was $3,368 or $1,634 per person, which is a little pricey for just a 5-day stay, but for Hawaii, that's
I would have expected to
really
pay
good.
double that to go to Hawaii.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't doubt it if, like you look today, it might be double that.
Yeah.
So we went at the perfect time.
Definitely. So again, take all this with a grain of salt. I don't think the price on the activities will change. I don't think the prices on the food will change for you guys. Car rentals will eventually go down. Flights might be a little bit more or a lot more. If you guys have any questions on that or on any of the activities that we did, please feel free to visit us over on Instagram. Send us a DM there. We're happy to help you guys with your planning or to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Or you can comment down below and we can answer them there as well. We look at all the comments and answer everything we can.
Yes, we are here to help because we want everyone to go out and enjoy this beautiful planet that we get to call home.
That's what we're trying to do.
Yep. So we hope that you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free for you and it helps us out a ton. You guys have no idea how much it helps us out. We've been stuck at $6.85 for the longest
I think it's been like a month or something, which again, we're only doing this for ourselves. We're not trying to make this into something.
We don't need to be YouTube famous.
We're doing this for our memories and to look back on when we're older and see where we've traveled.
But if we can get YouTube to pay for a little bit of our travels,
help us travel somewhere else, then hey, we don't have to use our own money for it. It would be nice too.
So again, you guys, if you are a returning subscriber, watcher, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys more than you could ever know. And please know that we are already planning the next trip.
Yep.
So
it's in the works.
It's in the works. It's going to be happening in a couple of months. So be ready for that. And then we do also have a few things around our beautiful state of California that we're going to try to do and bring you guys along. That's going to be it for it today, guys. We hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, evening, morning, day, whenever it is that you're watching.
2 years, 3 years.
Again, we appreciate you guys so much and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.